What's the coolest animal that you've ever worked with that you thought, oh my God, I can't believe I get to work with this animal?
Every single one of them, I said that. um, well, I mean, most people, the question they ask me is, what's your favorite animal?
Right.
And I don't really have a favorite per se. What I think I got the most out of working with were camels, believe it or not. I don't know why. Other than I think because they're probably the dopiest looking thing you can run into, but they're very smart. And so it was always rewarding when you could get through to them. But I mean, I've worked with, I mean, the apes are, I mean, they'll just blow your doors off with the intelligence level. So that I learned a ton from working with chimps and orangs, especially the orangutans. Elephants, I did that for so long that it became, the novelty kind of wore off. But again, very challenging because they're incredibly smart, and then their size creates a whole new challenge.
Yeah.
Where you have to outthink them more because you can't do anything physically really that much with them. We're small animals. If I have to restrain you and get you through a vet thing, I can do that. Right? I don't have to teach you a whole lot. I don't have to desensitize you to anything. But with something like that, you have to outthink them. Same with the orangutan. But camels, for some reason, I always enjoyed working with the most. I work with sea lions. They're pretty smart too, and they're just different because you have that challenge of when you decide to jump into the pool, I can't do anything about it. As someone who was able to do more physical stuff with the quadrupeds, the land animals, I had to kind of switch gears and figure out, okay, when this animal decides to take off, how do I get it back? I can't figure anything. So I learned a lot from them, but I wouldn't say they're my favorite. I'd stick with camels if I had to answer that question direct.
Your formal education is in animal behavior, and you have abundance of hands-on experience. But is there one species that you learned more from than what you expected?
Everything I've ever worked with taught me something. You know, I probably don't always appreciate it at the time, but even when I'm working with a dog, there's many things I'll draw from in terms of strategy or approach that I learned working with a bear or a tiger or whatever, you know, because fundamentally, humans and animals alike learn the same way on a very fundamental level. It's basically, you know, we are motivated to respond to something. We respond, we're either reinforced or we're not reinforced. And that makes us decide whether we're going to repeat that behavior or not when we're presented with the same trigger, right?
Right.
That goes across the board, whether you're a paramecium or you're a human being. So you can kind of draw from those different experiences and apply them to the different species. But then eventually you do have where you have very species specific instincts that don't exist elsewhere that you have to contend with. And those you learn by hands-on.
Yeah.
You can read it in a book all you want, but until you're working with it and that instinct rears its ugly head and you got to deal with it, it's a whole different ballgame.
Your insight into the mind of an animal is so invaluable, and so many families and pets have already personally benefited from your expertise. If somebody wants to get a hold of you, they can just click the link below and go directly to your website. Thank you so much. I really look forward to talking to you again.
I do